Yeah, it's hard to believe, but today marks 1 year since the deadly District Dogs flood in Northeast D.C. It is a tragedy that has stuck with so many of us since, and it's because of images like these right here. Rescuers desperately trying to save the pets trapped inside the Rhode Island Avenue location as the water just continued to rise. Sadly, 10 dogs would not survive. Thank you for being here with me for the news at 6 o'clock. I'm Lorenzo Hall. So since that day, 1 year ago, there have been so many calls for transparency and accountability, including a DC's long troubled 911 center. Tonight, our Delia Gonzalez is following up on that part of the story.
We were told changes were made, but we can tell you that mistakes are still happening at DC's 911 center. Around 4:30 in the afternoon, 1 year ago today, DC Homeland Security tweeted out a warning to drivers to avoid this stretch of Rhode Island Avenue because it was prone to flooding. Still, a half an hour later at 5 o'clock, we know that fire crews were rescuing people who were trapped inside their cars here in the 600 block. We also know that firefighters staged a command post right there at Greater Mount Calvary Holy Church, right across the street from District Dogs, never knowing that inside those dangerous floodwaters had already started pouring into the building.
Well, public sits at the District Dogs at 680 Rhode Island Avenue Northeast for a water leak.
A water leak, even though that OUC supervisor knew people and dogs were trapped and coded the call as flood public assistance. When he uttered those words, water leak, it triggered a low priority response, leading to a near 15-minute delay that proved to be deadly for 10 dogs trapped inside their kennels at District Dogs on Rhode Island Avenue Northeast. Surveillance images show those kennels were submerged in floodwaters.
We could have done things differently.
A week later, the director of the Office of Unified Communications said the agency was making changes as a result of what she described as an unprecedented incident.
There was no policy or protocol at that time for those people to do the things that we're talking about doing now. Because it took all of us sitting down.
Reading the CAD report in its entirety, of course there are policies. No.
Okay. Thank you.
WUSA 9 has made several attempts to interview Heather McGaffin about what changes were made a year later. We are still waiting for a response. While OUC has struggled to overcome issues with its computer system and staffing levels, according to the agency's public dashboard, they've added a fourth supervisor to each shift and more than doubled training hours. An audit report issued after the District Dogs incident recommended staff, quote, reduce improvising and ad-libbing. The dashboard says as of 5 months ago, OUC has migrated to a new protocol system and that training is ongoing. District Dogs has been shut down since that incident here on Rhode Island Avenue, and you can see that brown paper now cover the windows. It still serves as an awful reminder of all the mistakes that happened and the lessons that we need to learn as a city moving forward. I should tell you that I reached out to OUC, asked them about the status of that supervisor who initially described this incident as a water leak. I am still waiting to hear back. I should also note that I reached out to the Office of Deputy Mayor of Public Safety, Lindsay Appiah. I asked for an interview or even a statement. They declined my requests. In Brookland, Delia Gonzalez, WUSA 9.